250 fucking push-ups yesterday.
Why?
Because he fucking programmed that because he's a psychopath. Whoa, he's like, I told you with Rogers, I did the math, obviously, because I wanted to feel better about myself for being so out of shape. 250 fucking push-ups. About 250 something pounds, bro. So the point, we're doing a lot of body work. I have bad elbows on top of bad knees. I mean, whatever. But I need to build my capacity again. So we're doing a lot of push-ups, a lot of volume, a lot of basic stuff like, you know, with the tire flips and yoke squats, a lot of repetitions because I think we need to build our base again. So I need to get my tendons used to everything again. I got to build that capacity because I still have a long way to go where I want to be. So if I don't build that, so push-ups is a great way to do that. But fuck, man, I haven't done that since I was fucking fighting. I'm moving extra slow.
And what are we doing today?
So today we're gonna work. Well, today's tough because my knees actually ache. Both my knees now are bothering me. One because they got repaired, and the other one because it's kind of compensating. So it's, like I said before, it's a little disheartening in that sense, but I can fix it. We'll fix it. But we're doing yoke squats, tire flips. Today's a lower body day, a lot of core work, a lot of hamstring and leg extension. We're gonna do a yoke squat, which I haven't done in years. But I can't do anything below parallel. Is really frustrating on my knees, really frustrating. So if I bend my knee like that, it hurts that meniscus area. So I gotta fix some issues with my hips. So at least we'll strengthen it without costing my fucking pain. I guess you could say my pain scale going up high. Because once you're in pain, you start to compensate. So little by little. But today's one of those days, it's just tough. There's nothing on there that's like really fun to me. It's just cool to get that shit done, basically. Bragging rights. Hit Big 3 by Dr. Locke. I'm gonna shout him out. This is shit I used to never do. I was young, like a gazelle, light. Oh, it's raining. That's twice. That's fucking omen. I used to never do these, bro. Now most of my workouts are like, what, 30 minutes of this shit? Probably why I was banged up. I didn't know any better.
And this is more for what, exactly?
It's activation. So, it's just a good way of priming the body. You know, giving your, those muscles like a little wake-up call. They technically always work. There's no such thing as a glute that's inactive. You'd fall on your face. But when you activate them in the sense of, you know, turning them on, sending messaging signals there, getting it going, it's a big deal. So that my issue is I'm very quad dominant. So these guys want to do all the work and my posterior chain doesn't. So over the years, I got to do specified movements that work for me specifically that allow me to have certain muscles active. That's the fucking problem. A lot of people will dog on activation drills because, oh, it doesn't work. I'm like, everything's specific to the client, to your lifter, to your sport specificity. What are your goals? What are your injuries? What are your biomechanic limitations? I mean, let's get real, you know? It's like, it works for a specific person if you know what you're doing and what you're asking for. So when you're warming up, make sure that your fucking coach or coach knows what the fuck they're doing when they give you shit. Oh, for the sake of time, And just because it makes sense. I want to activate my glutes for my dynamic warm-up. I'm going to flip a very light tire. Please don't think that this is a fucking heavy tire. I don't do heavy tire flips anymore after my bicep tear. I think that's an archaic thing in strongman, but it's still popular. But anyways, we're using the tire flip not because I'm trained per se for tire flips, but to get those hips and those glutes active. So he programmed that for me. Very light tire, very quick warm up. So I'll do my stationary monster walks, and then like 8 to 10. It says 5 to 10, but if you say 10, I'm most likely gonna do 10. So I'm gonna do 8 and not be an asshole, because obviously. Well, time to go. Woo! You ain't cool unless you pee your pants. Miles Davis cool. I'm putting on my knee sleeves because we're gonna do a yoke squat. So the yoke typically in strongman is used for carries, although in some events you'll see them press it, squat it, carry it in a zercher, use it for stone loads, but typically we carry it. But I'm gonna be squatting under it to kind of develop my range of motion and have the ability to have that yoke kind of like hit first. So in case something goes wrong, or I'm too achy, I have something that catches me. I don't have to go all the way below parallel. So I put on these heavy duty knee sleeves to kind of protect my knee when it's at its weakest for me, which is on complete flexion, anything past 90. So I normally, until I get heavy, I don't really wear knee sleeves, but right now it's achy. I don't want to have that kind of pain guarding, and that's what the fuck they're used for. So I can't be too proud. All the time.
How did that one feel?
Shit. Like shit. I still feel a little bit of that quad scar tissue pop area. Pussy weight too. But at least I'm moving weight. My right knee was okay. My left knee kind of hurts, but I think I'm at that phase where some discomfort is gonna be normal for quite a while. And I have to kind of, it's not about just pushing through it. It's about making it make sense. I think a lot of people, well, we all do, with this misconception that pain is like a green light to go hard. In fact, pain is presence. You have to know that it's there for a reason. Is it pain, discomfort? Is it hurt? So right now it's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, most of my training now, 80% of it's a little discouraging, but the 20% makes it worthwhile. Because the knee still aches, both my knees, like I said, but it's progress. And I know that in 6 months now, in 2 weeks, we're gonna be doing some damage. So most of the stuff you see now is kind of a kick in the fucking dick. So it's okay, it's fun. So from our last video, which was so good that I don't even want to make anymore, jerk, But we've done a couple things in training, something that are very important. Our last video was on the anniversary. I'm glad you guys joined us for something very special. That was 9 years for us. A tearjerker for sure. In training, I was able to do my first yoke in the last 6-7 months. I was able to do it in the sense that I wasn't wobbling, relatively pain-free. It was only 275 pounds, but it was just amazing to be able to move weight again in strongman. We moved our deadlift up, so now we're on axle deadlift. We did 405 for 3 sets of 6. Just a big mental block. Obviously, my spine needs to get bigger, so those are some of the biggest parts of the last couple of weeks of training. And what we did today was obviously the yoke squat, being able to squat with a kind of limited range of motion, but safely. Knees still aching. There's I think a couple mental blocks to go. I'm only 9 weeks post-surgery, going on 10. I need to kind of remind myself that this is kind of where it's time to dig deep, to gain confidence, break some barriers, build my body back up correctly, especially with all the core work we did today, which is humbling to say the least, because just the way you saw it looks like how I feel about myself on the inside, which is self-hatred and self-loathing. So that's what you saw. And going forward, I think what we're going to do now in this new dynamic block with Rogers is build a lot of athleticism, a lot of balance, a lot of unilateral work, and it's going to be a shit show in the greatest way. So we got to get our fucking shit together and push forward. Look good, feel good, lift good. I made that up. That's a battle axe thing. I made that shit up 9 years ago, bro. Motherfuckers be trying to take my shit. Lift good, feel good. Wait, what is it? Feel good. Fuck me. We're talking shit.